Hey, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let's go ahead and get into our topic. And as we do it, I encourage you all to throw your comments down below. I know us as the handbag community, we absolutely have at least one. I know you got at least one, and I'm sure you got more than that on your list. But okay, let's start off with the first one, and that's going to be the Coach Rogue. I love this bag. I think it looks really good. I like the versatility of it. I just watched a video. I want to say it was just one more bag. Was it just one more bag or Leslie loves what Leslie loves? I'll throw up the channel here, but I just watched her unbox a Coach Rogue 31, which I don't follow Coach very closely, so I didn't know that they had a Rogue 31, but I definitely like this style bag. It is top handle. That is my power type of bag. I love a top handle. It just makes me feel so special. And I like how the Rogue has the flaps that go all the way down, so it makes it easier for you to carry a crossbody. Like they thought of all the things that work, and they have different size straps. I don't know why I cannot bring myself to buy a Rogue. I will say that there are two types of rogues that really speak to me, and those are the rogues with the pony hair, so those little bitty itty bitty committee cute ones that have the pony hair on them, and in like the zebra and the cheetah print. And then I also really like the dinky rose version of the rogue bags because you'll see ones with exotic leather on them. I also like the depth and the interest that the Dinky Roses adds, and it's also just very detailed, just everything about that. But when I think about a Rogue bag, I think about my Ferragamo studio bag. And when I think about that, then it's just, I don't see a need for it, even though I don't know. It's just something about it. It draws me in, but I cannot buy it. But I really love the Rogue bag. I think it's nice. I'm thinking that if it, I don't know. I'm thinking that if it was all leather or suede throughout, then maybe that's a maybe. But I feel like this exercise that I'm doing here is helping me see what I'm gravitating towards in my closet and evaluating, editing, saying, you already have something that fits that, which I really could say that for any bag of mine. But truly, I don't need more of that style, I don't think. And so I don't know what it is about the Rogue. I really like it, but I definitely do not see myself buying one of those. And I definitely will say with a caveat. Now, I don't want to hear anything if a year from now you see me with a Rogue bag. And the reason for that is because as I get into further into my 40s, I things are changing about my style, my taste, and I'm allowing myself to bend and do things that I or like things that I typically didn't like. One of those being I was a stark no red. I do not like the color red. The only shade of red I like is actually burgundy. But I find myself when I'm shopping from time to time, the right shade of red, now still bright, stark, vibrant red is not my color. But I do sometimes see my eyes peeking over to a red bag when it's a shade, even though it's not burgundy, it's like a deeper red. I see my eyes peering over. Literally, I just was looking at this dress pattern. I think red and blue seem to do something for me. But that's somewhere where I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe eventually I'll end up with something red, but bag or clothing or something like that. But yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Like I recently started wearing shorts. Decades I didn't wear shorts. I wear shorts now. In certain type of shorts, it's limited capacity, but things are changing and I'm just letting it happen. But anyway, okay, let me go on to the next one. The Coach Puffy Tabby. Now, the Tabby has been around for several years and it is a staple. People love the Tabby. I have seen the Tabby in person, the quilted Tabby, and I was not as impressed after seeing countless reviews on it and people being very excited about it. Just my opinions of a lot of the Tabbies are just not aligning with what a lot of people find that they love about it, and that's okay because everybody's different. But I could see myself buying a puffy tabby. I love how soft and supple and fluffy the leather feels. That pillowy effect is very nice, and I love how Coach made the pillowy effect on the inside and the outside. But as I do like that version of the tabby, that's also why I wouldn't buy it. The interior capacity. So that one I definitely know why I wouldn't get it, even though I definitely like the style. It's very cute, plush, love to touch it. But it with that puffiness, it takes away from what you can carry, and that would bother me. That is another bag I can love from afar. They have this beautiful green color, but anyway, like I said, that's one of the ones I'm definitely sure I wouldn't buy. Don't hold me to that, but I'm almost certain I wouldn't buy that bag. Mulberry Bayswater. When I first learned about Mulberry, it was through the Bayswater. I don't even remember when, but I've known about the Mulberry for a very long time. And I have long wanted to add a Mulberry piece to my collection. And what I'm still on the hunt for is a Mulberry Leighton, the perfect Mulberry Leighton. Okay, let me move on because I'm like, let me do a little silence for that bag that got away from me. I did buy a Leighton last year. It was yellow with python. Oh, I didn't know it was real python, and they would not ship it from the UK to the United States. So I lost out on that one, and my hunt continues. But anyway, so that's what that moment of silence was for. That gorgeous bag that slipped through the cracks on me. I really like the Mulberry Bayswater bag. It's a staple for the house. They've had it for many, many, many decades. I love that it's lined in suede on the inside. I think that style is not quite right for me, but I really like the bag. I just think there's another Mulberry that's for me, but I can love this one from afar and always just my eyes will gravitate towards it. But I know it's not a piece that I would add to my collection. We're going to do Todd's. I have talked about Todd's recently, and it's going to be the Todd's de-styling bag and the Todd's Holly. Every time Loyeye references her beautiful Todd's de-styling bag, I think back to that time when I was at the outlet in Palm Springs, well, near Palm Springs, and went to the Todd store and spent a good old about an hour and a half in there because I was considering the Holly and a de-styling bag. And it was a strong pull. They had a good deal, and I wanted one that was different. And I was heavily like, oh, we can make this work. We can make this work. Now, mind you, I had just landed in Palm Springs, got my rental car, and headed straight to the outlet to walk into the Ferragamo store and get my Ferragamo studio that I still have, my pink studio bag. I didn't even inspect the bag. I just said, where's your pink one? Oh, you have one. Wrap that up. I'm taking it. Can you ship that to my house? Then I trolloped on down to the Todd store, and I was fighting myself. I said, I really want one of these bags. But girl, you just bought this Ferragamo studio, so you need to go home. Go drive to your hotel because that's where you need to be. And yeah, so I literally spent like an hour and a half just trying on the different de-styling bags and the Holly. I love those bags. I don't know whether I ever would pull the trigger and get one, but I really, 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 really like them. And I love when I see other people with them. I think maybe it definitely has to be if I'm going to go down that route. I think it's the duffel shape that gets to me. I don't really carry that shape, and that's why I have liked the LV Speedy and decided against it back when I was in college. This is so crazy. Yeah, that was back when the Speedies were $600. Okay. And just that duffel style just doesn't really work for me. I don't, it's a top handle, but it's just the shape of it I just am not in love with. And for that reason, that is why I love the de-styling bag from Todd's, but I can't get it. I also feel like when I put my hand in and out, it hits the zipper, which I don't like my rings hitting zippers and things like that, and my hand scrubbing against zippers. So I think that's why I shy away from it. I think also the other reason why I shy away from it is because I love the outside so much. I just wish that Todd's would have lined it in suede or leather, but not did not use a fabric lining. Like even linen, they could have used linen maybe, but I don't love the interior fabric that Todd's has used on those bags. And then moving on to the holly, I think the hollies do come suede lined, if I'm not mistaken, but it would have to be a special colorful one, and I or maybe like some really cool vibrant solid color. But yeah, I really love the holly, but I don't think I would ever buy it for those reasons, just because I can always think back to something else I have with the holly specifically. Then, last but not least at all, because I know we have so many Dooney and Burke lovers out there, and I personally love Dooney and Burke as well. I do think that they can update a lot of their styles, but I really love Dooney and Burke. They just make really good quality pieces, and I have a vintage all-weather leather bag that I absolutely love in my closet. And I really love the Florentine. I love the Florentine satchel. It is a bag that I have long admired for over a decade. We're probably going up on 15 years now with loving the Dooney and Burke. Maybe not 15, but we're past 10. I know that. I love that bag. I love the Florentine satchel. I love the thickness and the suppleness and the softness of the leather. I love the strip of suede on the inside. I even the pop of red interior doesn't bother me as much, but it's something about, I think, when I think about the mechanics of the bag, like the fold over strap, the little small handles, just makes me not want to move forward with it. But I love so many people's videos that they've done on the Florentine. I went to the store. It's just something about those smaller handles and the smaller clearance you have with the opening of the bag that keeps me from wanting to move forward with a purchase of that bag. And it also kind of gravitates more towards, even though it doesn't have that barrel, that duffel bag shape, it is closer to that than it is more of a top handle style, the way that I like a top handle style. So I think those are the two main reasons why I have to love a Dooney and Burke Florentine, whatever we call that bag, satchel, Florentine satchel from afar. Let me know. Throw your comments down below. But I thought this video was fun because it helps me evaluate and see where those sticking points are, even though it's something that it really pulls on my heartstrings. Like, what is that thing that's keeping me from getting it? Whether it is that I already have something that meets that need, or there are little small quirks about it that I it's just not pushing me over the edge to want to spend my money on it. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.